All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again to Blame Your Brother, episode 117. We are back once again to deliver the goods, third best podcast in Nashville, as voted by the readers of the Nashville scene. And we are here live on Thursday nights like we always are. So come hang out with us at blameyourbother.tv. Simple, type that in. Come hang out with us Facebook Live or Periscope, whichever one works for you. And after about another 60 days, we'll be back on YouTube. Maybe, who knows? YouTube banned us for some odd reason. So come hang out with us. But we're doing it right now for you podcast listeners who don't hang out. We are Blame Your Brother. There's three of us that come to you. I am 1/3 of that trio. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%, Glenn Jackson, Nick. I'm the spiritual midget, and I'm joined by this man who sits over to the left of me. It's my brother. It's Lee.
What up, everyone? X1K here, and of course, the one, the only LeBron safety pin.
And then we got this guy that sits over here to the right of me. It's the man that almost needs no explanation, introduction, whatever. It's John.
John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. the true believer, Mr. Groupon, Marty McFly, and the Madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman.
They do have a madman.
Okay, he's a madman.
There we go. So that's the three of us. Blame Your Brother. Guys, we got a good show tonight. We got to pay our respects to Stan Lee, who passed away this week. We'll talk about that, so much more. But before we get started, we offer a chance for us to apologize, to take anything back we said on last week's episode in case we stepped over the lines. So we'll start with Lee. Lee, is there anything you said on episode, 116 that you need to apologize for? I'm not looking at anything. I know you.
I think you're trying to entrap me, as always.
No.
So, I got to be a little careful.
I'm actually turning my phone down.
I'm sure there was something, but I heard nothing from the lawyers. So.
All right. We got Chris Sinzak in the chat. Rusty, if at least anything that made you cringe, go ahead and share that with us. All right, John, is there anything you said last week? Any impersonations you did? Anything that stands out you need to apologize for?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, good deal.
Well, wait, before we go on, I think we need an Imagine Dragons update.
Yeah, so last week we discovered, and I've told like a couple people this, and people are generally shocked that John is, I would say, good friends. Like you broke bread with someone, so you are good friends with the brother of the lead singer of Imagine Dragons, right?
This is true.
Have you asked him, not the brother, but the actual, what's the guy? Who's the singer?
Dan Reynolds is the lead singer.
Have you asked or reached out for Dan Reynolds to come be on the program?
Not yet. They have a there's a
waiting list.
I'm wanting something that he could push because that
he
way
just came out with an album. It just
There's a
literally
protocol.
their album literally just dropped this past week. My children were telling me about it.
He's super busy.
Literally, Ro, come on.
I'm waiting.
I'm waiting for something they can push.
Good try, John.
All right, you caught me. I was just being lazy this week.
You walked into a corner in that one.
Oh my God, it's the worst, bro.
You caught me.
Oh, that was
just wait.
You caught me.
I'm waiting for their next album. They've already booked all their.
Well, they have a there's a
marketing tour.
I was telling David after the show last week that there is a yearly concert that they push called Love Loud.
Okay.
And I was
waiting on that. Okay.
Looking to see if he could push it on the show. So, but it'd be quite a bit later. So. I guess I could look into reaching out sooner.
Just for the record, I don't believe anything John just said. He already admitted.
He's proven to be a liar already. He's like, wow. We got some comments about that from Lee's favorite person.
I'm garbage.
Okay, so there we go, John. You're the garbage of the week.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Kirsten said John's PR career is over before it starts. Oh man! So what is the real? To get the laughter out of the way, what is the real hesitation to reach out to the brother? Like, are you like no way, I'm not doing it, or why would you not do it? I'm legit.
I
asking a
want to
legit
come
question.
up with an angle where he would actually be happy to talk to as many sources as possible. So I legitimately would like to reach out to him in the weeks ahead of Love Loud.
You just got to tell him Nashville's a big music market, man. We're like one of the best podcasts in Nashville.
As voted by the readers of the Nashville scene. Okay. I mean, it'd be huge. Like, I don't think you understand how huge that would be if he came on the show. Like, I mean, it would be. I can't even explain how.
I mean, if they legit just dropped an album, then yeah.
I am very sure. I mean, we can look it up, but
I will tell you this, John. If you get him in studio, I will privately
that
reach
won't
out.
happen.
I will privately reach out to Shaggy 2 Dope and see if he will come and drop kick him. Could you imagine how big that would be?
Or we could get banned from YouTube again. There's a video of Shaggy 2 Dope trying to drop kick Fred Durst that we talked about on the show, and because of that stupid video we played, now we're banned from YouTube because of that video. Origins just came out, 4th studio album, just dropped November 9th, 2018.
Oh, well, that's
Okay,
November
there you
9th. That's
last week.
Yeah, that's last week.
So why do I know more about the Imagine Dragons than you do, John? I don't even like this band, man. My children like them. That's why they were telling me
That's
about
a
it.
good reason.
They were telling me about it, and I guess it has the single Natural. I don't know, man. All right.
well, apologies for David, obviously.
Yeah. Sorry. All right. Well, let's move on then. Let's keep the gravy train going.
Guess
So,
we're never gonna get that one.
anything?
So I've legitimately
no,
thought.
we're not getting that one.
So I've been conferring with our legal team, and they said we might have to seek outside counsel for this. But I was thinking about legitimately suing Google and YouTube.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, it's like a monopoly video service streaming. They're like the top dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like they banned us with no explanation, no method of appeal. We've spent all this money and time branding, and that was our main delivery channel, and now we don't have any explanation of why. Seems like a lawsuit just sitting there waiting to be scooped up.
So you're saying like YouTube's the video Nazi?
Yes,
But I think
exactly.
that's already known. You can ask Rusty.
No show for you.
Rusty's in the chat.
Well, we'll make it a class action lawsuit, even better.
They routinely ban people for no reason whatsoever.
All right. Well, if you're a lawyer, get with us.
I think Jason knows a few lawyers.
there you go.
So maybe he
All
can
right.
point us in the right direction.
If you're like a Bart Durham type lawyer that's looking to pick up some easy cash, let me put it like that.
I want to discuss something we were talking about before the show started. That I think that you have shit all over, and this has
okay.
really sat on my conscience for a few minutes here.
Billy Joel.
That we were talking about the song "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel, and I'm sitting here marveling. I was listening to it the other day. You know, I've heard the song 1,000 times, probably. You know, who hasn't, right?
Yeah.
And I'm listening to this song. I'm listening to lyrics, and as a guy who used to write songs, my mind was blown away the other day just to think how long it must have taken to write this song and rhyme all these words together. And it's not like love and above. It's like he's rhyming historical moments with another hit, like Joe DiMaggio, something rhymes with that. And I'm like, what is happening here? I think it is one of the greatest written songs of all time.
I disagree.
Well, of course
All
you
right.
do.
Well, let me hit your points real quick.
Okay,
so
go
the
ahead.
rhyming thing that's been a thing in songs since the beginning of song making. Second off, have you not listened to a rap song? It has as many lyrics as "We Didn't Start the Fire." More interesting, and they rhyme. Like Billy Joel was just trying to rap. Let's be honest, and he really couldn't even do that correctly.
Oh, wow.
All right,
John, come
he was
on,
trying to
man.
come up with cool lyrics, and he had to fall back on history. I mean, come on.
I think that was the premise that some things you can't take back, i.e., start the fire. You know,
That
once
song.
something is burned,
Exactly.
once something is burned, it can't revert back to its original. If you burn bread, it's burned.
I mean,
You can't get
burn
back to bread.
it's
Catcher in
burned.
the Rye. I mean, I don't even know what some of this stuff is, you know.
I know, man.
Centennial, Say Goodbye, Joseph Stalin. I mean, I can't even pronounce half
Okay,
the
here's
song,
what I
man.
suggest.
I mean,
here's what I suggest.
and I'm not a dumb person.
I think you
but-
should do an hour-long YouTube exclusive where you break down the song, you do the research, or you just go to that website and you just read, and you can share it. And anyone that's interested in Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire" can go watch that video, and the rest of
Einstein,
us.
James Dean, Davy Crockett, Peter Pan, Elvis Presley, Disneyland. Listen to that, man.
The
That's
rest
so
of us can
good.
move on with
good.
her lives.
You
man.
got to look at the chorus alone. It's one of the greatest written choruses of all. Like, everyone knows that chorus.
All right. Well, we'll just
You know
agree
why
to
we're talking
disagree.
about we didn't start the fire? You know why we're talking about we didn't start
Why?
the fire? Because we didn't start the fire in California. See, that's called a segue in the business right there.
Wow.
It's not even the proper segue because we're supposed to talk about our life experiences.
Well, that was my life experience. I didn't start a
Yeah,
wildfire
hey,
in California this week.
He was talking about this week. He heard this song.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that was he
did you
started
hear?
off with.
Did you hear like on CNN in the background of a wildfire?
I hope
video?
not. I don't know where I heard it at. I did hear it
That
somewhere.
would be horrible.
Huh, weird. Okay, so before we talk about the wildfires, did anything burn up in your week?
No, we just had.
Did they catch fire?
Well, I wanted to take issue on you because you had a big week on Twitter. Not only did you get a reply from the official Lisa Loeb,
Oh, that's
which
right.
is absolutely
That's right.
mind blowing, like better songwriter than Billy Joel, in fact.
No. That's
But-
dumb. That's
but-
stupid.
I wanted to ask you about the Twitter feud you had with the Tennessee Titan fan.
Oh, yeah.
What's up with
my
that?
boy, Blake Tucker.
Oh,
is that
that's
his
your
name?
boy.
No, he's not my boy. I don't know who the guy
What
is.
do you just like target random people on Twitter and then just bring your Tom Brady? Because let's face it, Tom Brady
Okay.
got destroyed. The man
Real
was
quick.
laying on the ground. He was crying. The Titans just covered him up. They couldn't breathe. I know you had a bad day.
I can't breathe.
We get it. And then you get on Twitter and try to act like you're a Titans fan. And the man was just celebrating the victory over Tom Brady.
I've been a Titans fan longer than anyone in this city.
That's not
or
even
as
true.
long as.
That's not even true.
I've been a fan since day one. What are you talking about?
Okay, so that's
I was
not
a fan.
as long.
I was a fan of the Houston Oilers. I was a Warren Moon fan. What are you talking about?
Okay, you were the
I've been a
number
fan-
one Warren Moon fan.
So, here's the deal: Patriots play the Titans. The Titans win. Good for them. Hey, it's a step. But don't forget, this is the same team that lost to the Buffalo Bills, worst team in the league. Okay, so all my thing is, here's what I hate now as I get older. I hate
Everyone.
pretty much. This is true. But I hate when fans just go overboard over one win. Like, dude, this quarterback has more Super Bowl rings than you will ever have in your entire franchise, ever. You will never have 5 Super Bowls. Like, you look at the teams that have more than 5, it's like a list of only a few.
Okay.
Steelers,
Okay, get on with your point. We don't need the
Patriots,
list.
obviously.
We don't need the list. We're talking about Tom
Okay.
Brady in Pacific.
So you beat this man who's as old as I am. Hey, there's
All right,
some
get on
mornings.
with your point.
Some mornings I can't even get out of bed. Okay, so I can't imagine this guy is playing NFL games. You beat the guy one time out of 7, and you're acting like you just won the Super Bowl. Like, I'm seeing people in there going, "Next step, Super Bowl." Us versus.
well, but that's
us,
not.
us
This
versus-
guy wasn't saying that.
Oh, I look back on his. Oh yes. Oh, I look
Oh,
back
no.
on his feet. Oh yes.
But I mean, are people not allowed to be excited over
I'm
a
going
victory?
to. I'm going to hang that on my wall.
Yeah,
I can, brother. I can only imagine.
he said he was going to hang it on his wall.
But here's my thing about
He was happy about it.
Here's my thing about Twitter. He's like, "Get off my timeline, bro." Dude, you're literally posting your thoughts on a public area where people can read and people retweet. If you don't want people to comment on your tweets, lock it down. Lock it up, turn it private, and no one has to see it. And I have several friends of mine that do that. But if you leave it open,
Did they ban you first?
no.
I like that pause. It's like, wait, let me think about it.
Maybe before. Some people have made it private where I can see it. But so once you tweet that out, you are subject to be asked a question. And he was like a little,
Okay, that's fine.
You know.
But you took it one. Okay, I didn't like that you did that, but you took it one step further. You created another post with a poll in it,
and I asked him a question.
and then you added him,
ask him a legit.
which is a little too far.
Well, hold on, no. So he.
The guy was done with you immediately.
What
'cause
was
you-
what was the poll
Okay,
question?
I'm going to
All right, let him
give you a
explain
quick
it. Let him
timeline.
explain it.
He put on there, I'm going to frame this picture of Tom Brady laying on the ground because we beat him. And I just said, let's slow down. I said, okay, when this guy still has 5 Super Bowl rings, so let's just slow it down a little bit. Why are you even on my timeline? All right, so then we have a mutual friend. We're talking, blah, blah, blah. And I said, hey, question, and a legitimate question. This is not, you can go back and look. I go, What was the bigger win for you? The Titans, or he's a Vol fan.
This is not the exact timeline. There's a little.
No, it's
whatever.
not. It is.
Okay. I didn't see it
said
that way.
he's a Vol fan. The Vols beat Kentucky, who were highly ranked. And I said, what's the bigger victory for you, Vols or Titans? He goes, both. Okay, so you're a dick. So now I'm going to poke at you. You're right. So then I made a poll, and I said, which one's the bigger victory? Tennessee people, Vols or the Titans? Because Blake Tucker won't answer. I added him.
I feel like that's a little too far.
Oh, screw him. Who cares? He didn't block us, so who cares? I mean, these guys, these Titans fans and these volunteer fans, they are literally...
Is it Blake Tucker or is it Balake?
It's a block.
blockade
Whatever
Tucker.
that means.
Blocked.
He didn't block you.
They're just
So
they're
to you,
terrible.
there's no-
Here's the rankings. If I like go to hell, like if I die and they're just like, dude, you didn't live a good enough life, so now you gotta go to hell, and I'm like, all right, it's hellfire. No. It's not hellfire. Literally, you're going to go hang out with these people for the rest of your life. You're going to go hang out with everybody that was on Nashville Reddit. You're going to go hang out with every Tennessee Volunteer fan, and you're going to go hang out with every stupid Titans fan. That's going to be my hell for the rest of my... And people that liked Big Bang Theory. So, I mean, John will be there, so there's nothing wrong with that, but still.
All right. So you believe there's no line in Twitter?
No.
Like you should just be able to like.
You can ask a question. If you don't want to answer it, don't respond at all instead of giving some just hack answer, you know. You put it up there, you're a dope, you're a moron, you're going to get called out for it. Hate it for it, man. It's just the way it is. If you're stupid on a public forum like that, expect people to call you
I mean,
out.
it's kind of like writing on the bathroom stall, Mark was here, and then somebody else come along and say Mark was gay.
There you go. You're asking for it, right. So
Okay. Whatever. So who won the poll?
the Titans won.
Okay.
Barely.
Really?
A lot of people voted, too. It was crazy.
I would have thought I would have gone to the walls.
So Blake Tucker, kiss my ass, boy. People did vote on it. They did want the answers to
We
the
love
poll.
you,
But I
Blockhead.
did. Me and Lisa Loeb had a little back and forth as well. So
Yeah.
So I forgot. We attended your daughter's birthday party, and at your house here. And while we're here, you have on this one song, over and over and over, and it sounded good the first time. I was like, hey, that's a pretty good song. I knew what it was.
It was a cover song.
Yeah, it's Lisa Loeb.
I
She
think
does-
the original was Bay City Rollers. Was it Be My Baby?
Be My Baby.
Sure,
Yeah.
you say so. And the first song was all right. And Lisa's got this song on repeat. I don't understand why. It's kind of like when the CIA would torture people in the Middle East. They would just put one song on repeat over and over and over. And by about the 30th time, this song was grating on my nerves, you know. Just any song would. I'd like my favorite song like 30 times in a row. I'm like, all right, enough. We got it, you know. So I tweeted at Lisa Loeb. I said, hey, at Lisa Loeb, I said, enjoying the cover of Be My Baby the first time. By the 30th time, I'm ready to rip my ears off my head. And she tweets back, then you better have some thread and a needle ready.
Your
or something.
memories.
I
long
don't.
gone.
It wasn't a very good response, truthfully.
Okay. So, in another event of getting old,
But no, there was more after that. It kept going for a while. But here's the thing that no one knows: two of my largest crushes in the '90s, like 1 and 2, maybe out of 5, were Lisa Loeb and Jewel.
Britney Spears.
That was later '90s. I'm talking '90s.
Like the whole
Did you
decade.
just say that?
Britney Spears was like 1999, dude.
Okay. It's not the 90s then.
I mean, it is, but Britney Spears really gains her momentum going into 2000s, the aughts. Don't get me wrong, yeah, I love Britney Spears, but I would say Jewel was like number 1 for me, then Lisa Loeb.
number
So
2.
it's just a weird time when you can actually have she's tweeted at me before, actually. You can actually have a decent conversation. She was cool about it, truthfully. She was funny about it. You can have a decent conversation with someone you had a big crush on Twitter, and it's just like, that's how it goes, you know? Everything's
But
good.
only if you're Dave.
That's me.
evidently.
So-
Watch out, Alyssa Milano. You're next.
Oh, she's terrible. Do you know she's like a big time lefty? Like
Yeah.
big time. But
What's wrong with that?
but do you know who James Woods is?
Yes.
So he's a super conservative. I mean, like
He's,
crazy,
he's Hades.
crazy conservative.
on from the Hercules cartoon. He did the voice of Hades.
So he's an actor. So he's a super conservative. Well, they actually came together because of the wildfires this week and actually got along. He actually is helping people find their pets, help find loved ones and things like that. and I guess she had a horse farm, and her horses ran off. And so because of him tweeting it out, I think she got the horses back. And so for a moment in the world, everything was
The
good.
liberals and the conservatives.
They got
came
along. We
together.
actually can work together. It's
We should
crazy.
just do politics through Twitter like Trump wants from now on.
We should. Why not? Okay, so you had your kid's birthday party. Anything else?
Yeah, I had like an old man moment. I went to this Jack Harlow concert, and like they were checking IDs at the door because it was 18 and up, which is unusual for a rap concert. So they have, like the big
I don't even know who'd you say this
Jack
guy was?
Harlow. He's on the come up. He's a rapper from Kentucky, Louisville.
Okay.
But like when you're the like oldest people at the rap show, what do? Do you just hang it up? Do you walk away? Do you just keep your love for the music?
John, what do you do?
I mean, if you like a band, you like a band. But I mean, if it's a boy band, then that's a different story.
What if you like boy bands?
You might want to hang it up.
Really? Why, John? See, John, you seem like the kind of guy.
There's a big time creepiness factor.
But
that
you
comes in
seem
there.
like you don't. Sometimes, like you don't seem like you have much self-awareness about the things you like. Like you're like, yeah, Big Bang Theory.
I like a lot of stuff, but I'm not.
Comic Sans.
You know what I'm
the
saying?
thing
Like
is-
Comic says, like you're just like, yeah, it's cool. I like it.
But
Like
the thing is a lot of people like that stuff. So it kind of.
well, a lot of people
It's
like
the
boy
number.
bands.
Okay, yes, but not people. There's a lot of people in my demographic that like that stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh man.
There's not a lot of
The
people
logic.
in my demographic that don't. There's not a lot that like boy bands that are in my demographic. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, not really. Why does that matter? Because are you worried? So this is what I'm saying. You're not concerned that people are going to make fun of you because you loved Big Bang Theory and Comic Sans, which are really bad. Okay.
It says you.
I think we
It's
could
the
take.
number one show on
I think
TV
we could
right
take
now.
a general poll of the blamers, and
Of
we
the
no, we
blamers,
have.
that's
we have.
fine.
So,
But
dummies.
it is the
but you're-
number one show
of
in
dumb
America.
of dumb people
In America.
of dumb people.
In America.
Do I have to keep saying? Are we going to do this the whole show?
We can, but I
What
mean,
is
you
the
could
question?
you could just stop saying dumb people.
Who likes Big Bang Theory? Majority. He's saying like dumb people, right?
Americans.
He's saying Americans, but I'm like, no. I think Rusty likes it, so it doesn't matter.
Listen, here's my problem with Big Bang Theory: is
Okay.
the laugh track is literally set on a timer for every 2 seconds. You can't do that. Any show with a laugh track is horrible. But Big Bang Theory decided they were going to turn it up a notch, and it's just like too much. So Big Bang Theory would actually probably be an okay show if it wasn't for the nonstop laugh track. That's
Rusty
all I'm saying.
says it is a smart show dumbed down for the general public. There, okay, we can say that. So these things don't bother you, but are you worried about the
But
boy
I'm
man
also
stuff?
not going to go to a Big Bang Theory convention either.
You might.
I'm
If you had free
probably not.
tickets, I bet you would.
I think you might. If
think
you got
you
free
would.
tickets, you wouldn't go.
Yes, he would. He would take his entire family.
I mean, it really depends on timeline and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, if I like have absolutely nothing else to go, and Robin really wanted to go,
Yeah.
then yeah.
Oh, if someone else wanted to go.
What if
yeah,
you-
my wife.
My wave. Would you go to a Backstreet Boys show if you had free tickets?
Probably not.
Huh. Okay. There you go. I don't even know how we got there. What were we talking about?
Jack Harlow.
Oh, Jack Harlow.
Being
Okay.
being the oldest person at a hip hop show.
So are you done? Are you hanging it up?
No, definitely not. I feel like there's too much love in my heart for the music, you know? I'm not going there for the people.
So
right?
you'll just be the old guy one day.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Is that okay?
Why does it matter? I guess.
I mean, to me, it doesn't.
I mean-
but, like John's not wanting to creep people out, right?
I mean, it's different for rap than it is a boy band thing.
Would it not be different than being the only white guy at a black hip hop show? I mean,
you would
either way, you're the minority. Like
That's
can't.
the difference between it being a minority and like
Well, you would be.
almost. I can't think of the word.
Creeper?
So if you
Yeah,
have
kinda,
you have a daughter, obviously. You have a daughter one day who will be old enough to go to a boy band show. Are you going to take her? Are you going to sit there the whole show or
Oh
what?
yeah, if she wants to go and mom can't go and she really wants to go and she really deserves to go, then yeah.
Okay.
If I'm the one that has to dive on that grenade, I'll do it. But
Who is this that we're going to see? Like whoever?
I mean,
or-
imaginary boy. I don't know.
Like
who's
K-pop or something?
K-pop in 12 years, sure. I don't
What
know.
if it was just an animated screen and it wasn't even real people? It was like,
well, I mean, there's a Korean group that does that now.
Well, there's Gorillas that does it.
Yeah, Gorillas
actually
too.
good.
But those are real people. Like this is actually like computer generated voices.
No, there's a.
No, he's saying no. Everything's fake. The voices and everything.
I know there's a computer generated. I think it's one of the top selling acts in Korea.
You're gonna have to give us more information.
I don't
Joe.
know her
Wow.
name, but
Okay.
it's legitimately a Japanimation
What?
Well,
Who-
maybe you can get him
girl
on the show
that
next week. Joe.
sings. I can't get somebody who's fake on the show.
Why not? They can go up on stage.
Meat, loot, anime. Is that it?
All right. Let's.
I don't think that's the name. I think it starts with a K.
All right.
so
Well,
weird.
talking about
It is
animation,
weird.
there's a big story this week.
Is there? About forest fires? I love how we're not going to talk about that. We're going to bounce all around it now. I love it. Okay, go on to the next story.
Because of David's genius segue that never got us there.
Actually, you know what I want to hear about?
What?
The Donald Trump dream.
Oh, I had a dream, everybody. So, I've been staying home with my newborn daughter and getting, sleep in chunks. And, when you do that, a lot of time, sometimes you don't know what's real. I sleep with the TV on a lot of time and things like that. So I fell asleep and I had this very vivid dream, like very vivid. It was a press conference style. Trump's there, all the media's there, and Pence is standing beside him. And everybody goes, "No, this is a dream, everybody. I don't want someone just to happy listening and think this actually happened." But Donald Trump goes, "Pence, you're fired." He goes, "I'll be running without you in 2020." And I was just like, "What?" And I woke up and legit for a minute just went, "Oh my God, he's gonna run without a vice president in 2020." And then but what's crazy, not even that far fetched really. Like he literally could do that in 2 weeks, and I'd be like, yeah, I would want credit for seeing that. But people have been saying that he is gonna drop him in 2020. That actually is true.
Is that a first? Has that happened before?
I don't think it's ever happened.
What? Somebody switching?
Yeah, vice president.
Yeah.
So
Lincoln.
Okay. Well,
he brought
in the
in
modern era, it hasn't happened then.
If he brought in Kanye, would you
Wait,
jump on that
Lincoln?
boat?
Lincoln only ran one time, dude.
Look it up.
Wait, what do you know?
Look, this is not Google trivia. Who cares?
Wait a second.
Michael
Wait,
Anthony,
wait,
correct
stop.
us next
Look
week.
it up.
Stop.
Like, we've
He-
got the internet right
He's
here.
literally okay.
Blamers, go ahead, pull it up.
Do you hear what he just said? Lincoln.
I don't even care.
Lincoln on his second term of running, he died, John. He only was in office one time,
We
dude.
have access to the internet.
No, I have access to history.
I would rather Michael Anthony just tell us.
Someone in the chat tell me that Lincoln served one term only. He didn't even serve one term, bro.
Is this really going to turn into the Google battle?
I'm sorry, I
between
mean,
David and John
when I
over
mentioned something,
ex-presidents?
I'd figured Lee would have pulled it up already.
Wait, I was
Because whenever I say anything, Lee pulls it up.
Lincoln was in office for 4 years. That's it. He couldn't have ran twice.
Look at when he first went in, and look when he died.
Did he die?
The second inauguration of Abraham
Second
Lincoln.
inauguration. That means he ran how many times, David?
2 times.
How many? Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Look at it.
4 years? How is that possible?
You just saw it with your
Okay,
own
well,
eyes.
in the modern
Go ahead.
era-
Come on.
I don't care.
Come on.
What?
I'm sorry, John. You were right.
No way. That ain't happening.
Come on.
Sorry, John. You were right.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
I just never heard that before. In the modern era,
Good God.
no, that's never happened. And
So if Kanye joined with Trump, would you vote for Trump? Because obviously you wouldn't in the second term.
I mean,
especially if
honestly,
he ran
yes.
by himself.
You want the truth? Yeah, I
Yes.
probably would. Just
would?
where I could say I voted for Kanye West. I mean, if Kanye West, I know we're not supposed to talk about on the show. He's a band, but if Kanye West runs, listen now. I don't even care what the platform is. It could be go to a dictatorship or whatever. I am voting for Kanye West just because I have to.
His platform will be looking for portals for those other
I love it.
multiple
I love it.
realities.
I can't believe, why did Lincoln switch vice presidents? Now I'm like ultimately just stuck on this. Why?
I guess
not
we'll have to
sure.
ask Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. He could
Let's
write
hope
an entire
right
song
now.
about it.
So like, what is like?
Next week we'll try and get Billy Joel on the
So
show.
to go back to the dream, like there's a whole psychology about studying people's dreams and what it means in the subconscious. What does that mean in your
John?
subconscious?
What were
John?
you? What station was on TV when you fell asleep?
Oh, I don't think anything. I think it was, I don't know. I don't really watch any of the, I think it was around that time where Melania, I think it was this week, and I think it's when Melania had just, was trying to fire one of the big aides or something. I don't know what the story is, but it's something like
so
that.
A. Trump was firing someone.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, that's probably what led to the dream.
Yeah. Okay, well, there you go. That's that simple, Lee. It's that simple. Rusty says, real quick for John, which presidents have served a full term without a vice president? Which 4 U.S. presidents have served an entire term without a vice president? Lee, any guesses?
Who?
I don't know.
It's the guy that
George
took over
Washington.
for Nixon.
One of my
John
guys.
Adams.
Listen, it's the guy that took over for Nixon. It's the guy that took over for JFK. It's the guy that took over for Lincoln. And
So
the other
Andrew
guy that got
Johnson,
murdered,
Ford, Lyndon B. Johnson.
George Washington, do you have a vice president?
who knows?
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
All
So
right.
where do you want to take that? John, did you do anything interesting?
No, I did nothing.
You didn't have
this
any
week.
cool dreams.
No. No.
I did get my
no cool
Kanye
dreams.
West vinyl record in the mail, so there was
Okay,
that.
That's
wow.
cool.
That was my highlight of my week.
Sweet.
I think. I feel like I got something in the mail I should be talking about, but I don't know. All right.
Was it a white powder?
I hope not. All
I don't know
right.
what that means, but okay. Where do you want to go?
Where do you want to go
on this morning?
We got to talk about freaking Stan Lee,
Okay,
man. Why are we
finally.
beating around the bush here?
Yes.
Stan Lee passed away this week, dead at 95 years old. The man lived a life. I want to give you a chance, Lee. You curmudgeoned old man. You hate everything. You don't want to give anybody their due. Surely you're going to have some nice words to say about. I know me and John could wax for the next 2 hours about Stan Lee. I want to see if Lee's got 30 seconds to say about Stan Lee. Go ahead.
Okay, so at the opening of every show, we do song lyrics at the bottom of the intro piece. Not a lot of people know that. This week's song lyrics were Iron Man as a tribute to Stan Lee. So normally I would just say rip, whoever dies, just rip them. But Stan Lee, I'll give you some song lyrics, and then I will say rip.
What is Stan Lee? I mean, you have the name Lee, number one. I mean, let's just put that out there. What does Stan Lee mean to you?
Well, when I grew up, I read
Jason
a lot of
is such a
Marvel
troll
comics.
before he gets started. I had to Google who Stan Lee was. All right.
I mean, I could see that being legitimate.
The master of Scoop Nashville doesn't know who Stan Lee is.
Here's the answers to the presidential questions.
My disappointment
Nobody
cannon
cares.
ready.
No, everybody.
Nobody
no,
cares about
Michael
that.
Anthony cares right now. He's typing the answers right now. John Tyler, Millard Fillmore, Andrew Johnson, and Chester Arthur.
I
Which-
did say Andrew Johnson.
Are you going to write a song about it?
Here's legit. If you go $50 million for all those dudes presidents, I'd be like, nope, give me my money. All right, go ahead. Your honorary. Your honor.
Go ahead. I've heard good things about Stanley. I've heard
Oh,
bad things about him.
no.
Obviously, the good things I've heard about. Tell me if I'll say the good things, and then I'll say the bad things, and I want you to tell me if the bad things are true or if it's just a rumor.
Okay. Go ahead.
So obviously, the good things about Stan Lee is
I can't believe we're doing this.
that
right
he
now.
created all the stories, these awesome comic
Yes.
books, created a whole generation of people. The movies are huge right now. They've never sold more product. Hollywood is booming because of it. They've obviously, DC has become a meme because
Yeah.
of how good Marvel is.
Okay.
Right? That's all because of Stan
hearing
Lee.
all good things.
He's in every movie, right? They're saying that at his funeral, he's going to pop out and do. You got to wait to the very end because he's going to pop out and do an intro for Avengers 4.
Okay, keep going with
Okay,
your
but the
jokes here.
bad-
Keep going with your little bit. Go ahead.
The bad thing that I've heard is that he stole a lot of his ideas. That he
Never
had a
heard
lot
that.
of
Never heard that
co-writers
before.
that he threw under the bus, just stole their ideas and ran with it, said they were his, and that
I've heard that he had co-writers, but I mean,
and that his co-writers never became as famous or popular.
well, I mean, if they're not making appearances and stuff, and they're, I mean,
listen,
But
I'm
dude,
just telling
wait
you what
a
I
second.
heard.
Wait
I'm
a
not
second.
saying it's true.
That's like saying your boy who made the iPhone. Well, like other people are coming on this. Yeah, they probably were. So what? One guy gets the credit most of the time.
I mean,
That's
the
how
thing
it
is
works.
like, well, I mean, look at it. I mean, how many people can most people name in Nirvana? 2.
yeah,
Iggy.
Nirvana. Okay. What? Okay, that's so. You said a couple of things. Number one, I've never heard that before in any regard. Go ahead.
That's
can
pretty much it.
no,
That's pretty
no,
much it.
no, no,
Now,
no,
what
no,
now, I did have someone tell me just today that he was a womanizer and he was a racist as well.
A racist.
I had not heard of that before today, but the other thing I had heard from a couple of people. So obviously I don't know if that's true or
I
not.
think
Who
you
knows?
also dropped another
He's a-
tidbit before the show.
Uh-oh.
Who?
You said that somebody said that he was a homophobe as well.
Oh my God.
You remember this, David?
Oh no, I know he said it. Oh, I
we definitely came to Stan's aid there. And,
Okay,
and
first off, I was trying to be slick about it. It was not me that said it. It was David. Let's get that out of the air first.
no,
no,
because
no,
David
no.
was on my side. Because I was like, wait, what about North Star? And David was like, yeah, they had a gay wedding. And
Okay, so I recorded all this, and I will be releasing it.
Go ahead,
ahead.
release it,
Go
baby.
ahead.
So you're going to be wrong twice in the
that-
same episode.
is that
so
gonna be
there's
played
be
in
some
it?
apologies next week.
Is that getting played in his coffin as well? Is that popping up at the end of the Avengers movie?
Hey, if you can't have a little lighthearted joke,
Let me tell you about this man, this Stan Lee. This guy, when we look back at our existence of mine and John's age, Lee's age as well, is one of the most influential people of us as people today. Yes, 100%. You're crazy, man. When we were a child, I can speak to me and Lee, my brother, the guy that says he's a racist and a homophobe.
I did
Stan
not
Lee
say
is.
that.
Not him, not Lee.
No. I'm not going to let you sit there and say that about me because I didn't say that.
Okay. But you introduced it into a conversation. It's like, hey.
No, I did not.
You know what?
I did
Try
not.
not to think of a pink elephant. You're thinking of it. Okay, so you introduced it into the conversation. Me and Lee
Okay,
used
you
to
are
go.
a horrible person.
Me and Lee, you said it. Me
I'm
and
about
Lee
to get up and walk out of here.
Me and Lee.
I'm
used-
about to.
Bye.
I'm about to go key your car.
Okay. Me and Lee used to go to the comic book store every week. We'd get our comic books, and many of those comic books were Marvel. Lee was a huge Spider-Man fan, and he's not going to admit this, but I can tell you it is true. Huge Iron Man fan.
Why
Those were
would I
like
not admit to
two
that?
up because you don't want to give the man its due.
I was a huge
But-
McFarlane Spider-Man fan.
But
yes.
you loved Stan Lee's creations. You loved Iron Man. And to sit here now and not give this man his due, this guy influenced you more than you're letting on. He gave you a love for comic books, pop culture, the movies. You loved the movies as well. This guy was a nice guy as well. People were taking advantage of him. And people have the gall to go on social media and start bashing these people when they're dead. This is why this world is disgusting. You know that? Oh, he's a homophobe. Homophobe? He introduced the freaking X-Men. What do you think the X-Men are? Tell me what you think the story of the X-Men are. Oh, outsiders that society doesn't love. I wonder what that could be code for. Oh, it could be civil rights, gay people. This guy was holding it down. He was telling stories, introducing tolerance and acceptance and yeah, the guy's a racist and homophobe. How do you
Well,
come?
what-
I
where do
love
these
when people
stories
call
come
people
from?
unsubstantiated stories that no one can back up.
Why would someone just make that up?
You're a racist. Okay, where's the proof?
to get
I
the
don't have it.
attention in this day and age, to get the attention. But here's something that across the board, if you guys can remember, what was the first time you guys rode an upside down roller coaster, and what prompted you to get on that roller coaster?
I have no idea.
Obviously, it was Stan Lee for you, I hope.
Go ahead.
It was all four of us. Well, it was another guy, another friend of ours named Keith.
Okay.
We're at Opryland.
Thank
that
you
used
for
to be,
sharing that detail. Very important
I
for
have
the
This
to.
show.
is the
This
most
is- this
John
is-
story.
I'm
of all
just saying,
time.
yes, this is a John story. Anyway, we were not going to get on the cannonball,
Okay.
the Wabash Cannonball. It was a ride, went upside down.
Yes.
But your dad told us that if we would get on this roller coaster, he would give us four, he would split them up, all his comic books.
Huh. So our dad lied.
Yes, he lied. He straight up lied to us, but that was the motivation that got us on that. I rode that roller coaster with my eyes shut the whole time.
A couple of great things about that story. No, but that's what I take away from it. My father was a liar. But John, I like when John tells me stories about my life. that
You
I
don't
don't
remember?
it all.
Yeah, okay, can I
I'm
just
like, what?
can I just finish the Stan Lee thing right here?
Go ahead,
now?
go ahead, brother.
Because what John said and what you were saying, I just want to say, you guys act like Stan Lee was everything about comic books, and that without Stan Lee, there was no comic books.
Fact.
You were throwing every other great artist and person that's ever been involved in the comic book industry under the bus and acted like Stan Lee was the only person in the entire industry that moved a copy of a
I think he was the
graphic
cause for the
novel.
resurgence
Yes.
of comic books. I think he was like the father of the Silver Age of comics.
Dude, Spider-Man, enough said. If that was the only thing he had ever done, X-Men, Spider-Man, Iron Man, let's just say those are the only 3 things he ever did. Those are 3 of the biggest franchises in the history of not comic books, cinema. Those are 3 of the biggest, like this Iron Man, one of the biggest movies of all time now. Spider-Man, always make money when they come out.
Always, every one that they do.
Every one.
As horrible as they are, they
People may
still
not
make
like
money.
because they love Spider-Man. I'm just saying, man. The guy, rest in peace. He lived a great life. I did get to see him at a few conventions. I never
shook the man's
paid
hand.
the money and.
Well, you know, that's what's disgusting is like you want to compliment this guy on his death, but you didn't even compliment him in life.
I don't need to shake his
you
hand.
You had the chance
to take a picture with him.
You had a chance to give the man a money,
that
shake
doesn't mean
his hand,
respect
take
the
a
man
picture,
because I
and
took a
say,
picture with him.
look him in the eye and say, "I respect everything you did for comic
Dude,
books."
we took a picture with a guy who was a homeless Jesus downtown. That doesn't mean I respect him. Just
You
because you
weren't
take a
coming in-
picture with someone.
You weren't coming in here every week and going, "Hey man, what about Stan Lee? He's doing so much for comic books."
Brother.
Why you gotta
just
wait till
'cause
they die?
I've got pictures with people I don't even like, man. The
All right.
man,
Well,
rest in peace, Stan
I
Lee.
hope when I die, you have nice things to say.
I
about
will have
me.
nice things to say. When
Okay?
people come in here and go, that guy was a misogynist, a racist, a homophobe, I'll be, whoa, let's slow down a little bit. He was a misogynist, but I don't know about the other 2. All right, what are the stories we got?
Okay, so there's a story that Spike Lee is in the news again. Evidently, there's a
I can't stand Spike Lee. He's literally the worst, man.
There's a newspaper in Australia, which doesn't exist, by the way.
Oh,
that
is it
Spike
fake?
Lee dies at the age of 95, and Spike Lee was upset about this.
Oh, is this real or fake?
This was real.
The newspaper's real.
The newspaper is real.
Oh, so they actually just did a typo.
Yeah, I
Well, maybe
mean,
it was wishful thinking. I don't know.
Oh,
wow.
Who
Shots
likes
fired.
Spike Lee? He's a hack.
Back in the day, he was like,
Let me tell you why.
The man.
One word why this guy should be, his director card should be taken away. I know if you're big, do the right thing. I hear you. Hey, everybody's got one good movie in them. Even Kevin Smith had a couple of good movies. But when he redid Old Boy, it is the worst piece of garbage I've ever seen in my life. If you've seen the original, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just zone out for a few minutes because I don't need you to listen anyway. Go watch Old Boy if you haven't seen this movie. Not the Spike Lee version. Watch the original version, one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. He remade it, and it was the worst piece of crap I've ever seen in my
that's
life.
one movie.
That's good enough.
Didn't he?
That's like, hey, I'm going to remake Titanic, and I'm going to change the ending.
But didn't he have a bunch of popular movies? Like,
Go ahead, name them.
Malcolm X, Inside Man.
what's the one? Don't spill your orange juice while.
That's not him.
Boys in the
no,
Hood?
that's
was-
not
that
him.
was-
That's John
that was a-
Singleton.
That was a joke movie. That was a parody.
He's got,
Talking about the original.
I mean, what does he got, man? He's got that new Black Klansman. I think he did that
Yeah, I
one.
saw that. That seems like a weird.
All right, who cares? Spike Lee, get out of here. This guy's a joke.
All right. So, and not to be disrespectful to anyone, but Florida is in the news once again. I don't know if you saw the story.
Of course they are.
This time with the old fake GoFundMe.
That's New Jersey, brother.
Oh, it is.
Florida's in the news because they can't count.
All right.
Lee's in
Sorry.
Again.
Lee, if you're from New Jersey, Lee just crapped all on you, man. This guy right here.
Well, everyone-
He just crapped all
That's
over.
all on Lee,
all
it's
of
not
you.
us.
He just compared New Jersey to Florida. Take that for what it is.
Let me just say, New Jersey is the Florida of the North. Okay, we all know
Oh, wow.
That's coming
Wow.
from Lee.
I might be right. But anyways, a New Jersey couple. Yeah, I've seen the story. So this couple takes this homeless guy under their wing. They're like, hey, man, this guy's homeless. We're going to create this GoFundMe account. We're going to get all this money. They got over $400,000 for this guy. And you're like, all right, man, good story. Everybody gets a good laugh. You know what I mean? Everybody gets a good emotion out of it.
How come the homeless guy looks like Colin Farrell?
I think those are the three people. That
I think those are the ones that
lied
rolled
about
them.
it. I don't know if there's.
It
Turns
says
out-
couple. That's two people.
Well, it turns out these guys were actually keeping the money. It was a couple and didn't give the homeless guy anything. $400,000. This is why nobody wants to give to GoFundMe anymore because GoFundMe is unchecked. I mean, you know that, right? Like, you could literally I've given money to GoFundMe, never saw anything that was promised, ever. Multiple times where I've almost said, I'm never doing GoFundMe again. We've seen GoFundMes on Twitter that we knew 100% were a lie of the bloggish tribe, okay? The bloggish tribe, all these broads running around.
Shots.
Look, I'm in the hospital, help me. Hospital? How'd you take a selfie yesterday? You sitting at your house, dude. You're in the hospital dying? What is happening right here? GoFundMe, I would just tell people, unless you know the people personally, us, when we delivered all the shirts we said we would, do not give to GoFundMe because it is not, I'm telling you, man, it is not a good source of money.
They're refunding all the money for this, by the way.
Well, they better. It's almost $500,000.
I don't think it was that much, was it?
I mean, number one,
Whoa, it did. Wow.
$400,000 because people are idiots.
You know what she said? She said, I'm not worried about it because I got a book deal already lined up.
There you go. Welcome to America. All right, we got any more stories? We're going to hop on to the Dear Johnny this week.
Dear Johnny.
All right, it's time for the internet's favorite segment.
Dear John, dear John, by the time you read these lines, I'll be gone.
All right, it's time for Dear John. Someone wrote in a question. Lee's going to read it. John's going to give. Some people say the worst advice. I literally had a couple people this week tell me this guy's really bad. And then I've had some people say, well, no one say he's really good, but some of you have liked the new direction he's going. So let's see where John's going to go with this one. Lee, go ahead.
This one comes in. Dear John,
Uh-oh.
I was recently fired from my job for chronic tardiness. I have worked at this business for 4 years, and although I knew my lateness was seen as a problem by my boss, it was still a surprise. Now that I'm back in the job market again, I'm wondering if I need to mention my previous tardiness on employment applications. I asked my mother, who has been privy to the whole mess. She thinks I should mention it and explain that I've learned my lesson, especially when applying to a different branch of my former company that would have direct access to my evaluations. I think I should explain my tardiness as a, quote, lesson learned, unquote, on job interviews if it comes up. Not on applications where I'm trying to put my best foot forward. What say you? From Tardy for Work.
Wait, hold on, whoa.
John?
I got to clarify something in this story that doesn't make any sense. Number one, I was recently fired from my job. Next paragraph down goes, I think I should mention it, especially when applying to a different branch. Okay, of a former company. Okay, go ahead. Like that's
Of my former company. It's the same company.
like that's gonna matter. Okay, go ahead.
No, do not mention it. No. Do not listen to your mother. Here's what you do. You buy an alarm clock. Learn how to use it. Take the snooze button out. That's your problem.
There you go.
It's not that hard to be on time. Be on time. Don't be late. Keep your job. If that was the only thing that you were doing wrong, then just don't do it anymore, which it's easy not to do. You'll keep a job.
Well,
you don't have to mention it. It's in the past.
They cannot bring that up. If you're fired from a job, the company cannot tell you the reason you were
I mean, if it's
fired.
the same
No,
company.
brother, they'll get.
How are you going to get a job at the same company you got fired
That's
from
what I'm
anyway?
saying. Like the tardiness is the thing that's going to get you.
Don't be an idiot. Do not mention being tardy.
Okay.
Just don't do it anymore.
Okay, hold on. All right, John, you come on in. All right. Okay, so I'll be the guy that's fired. All right.
A little role playing.
Yeah, a little role play.
Can
You be
do-
the guy. You be the guy that's
Can
fired.
you do funny voices like you're businessman and how old do you think this kid is? Like
So,
18, I would
18.
say.
So you be the guy that's fired. All right.
Right.
All right, Mr. Tardy here. What's going on, buddy? It's an interesting name you have there. See you're here for a job.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to apologize that I showed up late for the interview.
Well,
Won't happen again.
I got to get rid of my snooze button.
I guess I'm confused that you're applying for a job where you just got fired from the same company. This is so dumb, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
So-
common sense is not strong with this one.
Let's turn this question around. How honest should you really honestly be in a job interview? Should you be, or a date? This is like an interview. How honest should you be up front? Like, because the question they always ask you that everyone hates and everyone gives the same stupid answer. tell us some of your strengths and some of your weaknesses. And
Where do
everyone-
you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, the strengths and weaknesses is the terrible one. Because, like, what's some of your weaknesses as an employee? It's like,
I just work too hard.
There you go.
I tend to put my job
Yep.
ahead of my
there you
personal
go.
life.
I'm just
a
a perfectionist.
Yes.
So how honest should you be there? Because like they're hearing the same thing all day. Like one I used to say one time, and I didn't get the job, but I was like, honestly, I go, I'm sometimes a little bit social at work. Sometimes I like to go around and talk to a lot of people, just being honest. And I don't think
They gave you the side eye on
They're
that
like, why couldn't you just say the perfectionist line?
one?
How honest should you be?
He did
John?
not say
How
perfectionist.
honest should you be, John? Should you let them know that you have a few things you're working on, or heck no?
Heck no.
So just lie.
Here's the thing. If they ask you specifically, were you late 4 times?
Yeah.
Then say yes. And then come up with a good lie that covers why you were late.
I would imagine he was late more than 4 times.
I'm
if he
just
was
saying,
fired for it.
whatever.
I'd imagine he was late every day
But
for 4 years.
You know what I always said about being late, and I tell my kids this all the time because if you know me, I'm rarely late to anything. I'm not a snooze person. I never hit
what
the
time did you get here tonight?
before the show started. But like in my job, the running joke, like I always say, if you're 5 minutes early, you're 10 minutes late. That's what I'm saying. You should always get there before you're supposed to be there. And I tell my kids, when you're late to anything in life, you are essentially telling everyone else that's in that environment that you're better than them.
Yeah.
And that you can come in whenever you want and the rules don't apply to you and you can do whatever you want. It's really just a selfish person getting out there that they're better than everybody. That's how I do it. And
Yeah.
it's a constant source. But I mean, I'm with John. There's no way you can't tell them that's what you got fired for. You're going to have to make up a story. And
Yeah.
so I would start crafting that story.
Oh, yes. Yes,
You go,
definitely.
actually go, my job's going to tell you I was tardy. That is true. I'm going to tell you it's true. And my mother, I mean, God bless her soul. She's going through a lot right now. She just got medical, and I can't go into it. I'm getting upset right now, but that's why I was tardy, and I didn't want to tell my boss about it. So I'm sorry, and I will do better if you give me a job. And I'm embarrassed about it, but I'm going to move on. That's what I
There
would
you
say.
go, acting.
That's what I would say. John, what do you think?
Throw the
Yes.
old thespian on him. So let me ask you another question,
Yeah.
because this is another one that I get that's kind of non-related to
Okay.
this, but to your question. In a technical interview, should you lie about knowing how to do the job? Let's say like you just applied to a job not knowing how to do it, and they think you do. Should you just keep going with it, or at some point should you just be like, well, on my resume, I wasn't 100%.
I think it depends on
you say you're familiar with the task,
There you go.
but you are an extremely fast learner, and you will pick it up.
Can
like
you
that.
learn? Yes. Can you learn the task you're lying about? If you know 100%, like they're like, all right, me and John walked into a job. We go, all right, you guys, you're gonna be working for Google. You're gonna be doing some extensive coding and everything. And we're me and John like, we got that. We code every day, baby. And then we walk over like, I've never coded before in my life. I'm not gonna learn.
Yeah.
That would probably be a bad idea. But if you vaguely work with Photoshop and they go, do you work with Photoshop? You go, oh yeah, my technical skills are an 8 or a 9 on Photoshop. And you're like a 3. You can adjust to that. You're not going to learn how to code in 2 weeks unless you're just looking to get a job and get paid for
I've seen
2
it
weeks.
happen.
All right. There you go.
Seen it happen.
So to sum it up, John, he should just lie.
Lie.
Just don't bring it up.
Lie like you did at the beginning of the show about
Yes.
the Imagine Dragons.
Yes.
There you go. That's
Lie,
Dear
lie,
John.
lie.
Lie.
All right. So that's Dear John. You can write us a question at any point. Email us at bybpod@gmail.com or go to the website blameyourbrother.net. And there's a form there you can fill out. John can give you some advice, and you can hopefully that will help you out. And if it doesn't, let us know with a follow-up on that as well. All right, did we get all the stories out of the way? Everything good? We got the
Everything
stories. We got all that. So I guess now it's time for a major key.
So let me give you a major key. Where is the key?
That's not the key. I want the key.
Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right, time for major key. What is a major key? Well, a major key is when We got it. Yeah, first time listening. We got it from DJ Khaled. If you know who DJ Khaled is, I can't go down that rabbit hole. But DJ Khaled has major key life lessons he put out there, so we borrowed the phrase from him. And we take something from today's episode, we put it into a little phrase that help you out with your life, hopefully. Man, some of these may not help you. But, for instance, episode 102, Snitches Get Stitches. Don't know what that was about, but it was something we talked about on the show. Episode 98, Soak It In. I do know what that was about, and you just have to go back and listen to that one. Episode 97, Cheetos are for little kids and whores. So the list keeps on going, and then we're going to try to come up one with today. So is there anything that comes to mind, either of you, for episode 117?
We just had Lie, Lie, Lie.
Yeah, I like Lie, Lie, Lie. That's a good
New
one.
Jersey is the Florida of the north. I don't...
Know your history or you're destined to repeat it.
Ooh, that's a long one.
That's what she said.
Don't start
Not to you, she did.
Don't start the fire.
Let's just go with Lie, Lie, Lie.
Okay,
I mean,
lie,
since
lie,
the show started with a lie,
lie,
let's end it with a lie. Lie, lie, lie.
Stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right, there you go. That's episode 117 in the book. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. What we want you to do is go check out the website, blameyourbrother.net. You can go there, check out every past episode we have. So like I say, episode 98, it's a funny one. You go check it out. But you can look on there, see what kind of floats your boat. There's articles on there from our friend Adam Cox as well, an amazing writer. You will enjoy those. He writes about pop culture and things like that. Probably some Stan Lee stuff he's written about, some Marvel franchises. And we also have tons of ways. All of our social media contact is on there. So if you want to follow us or find the podcast, there's links for that. There's an Amazon link where if you want to buy anything through Amazon, click on that link right there. It takes you to Amazon. We get a small percentage of sales. It helps us out immensely. You can buy a shirt, show the world you're a blamer, get it out there, do it. And we're streamed every Thursday on RadioVegas.rocks. So go to RadioVegas.rocks or get the Radio Vegas Rocks app, and you can listen to internet radio 24 hours a day, baby. And they got tons of programs, not just us. They got Not Playing Stupid and a ton of other podcasts that you will love. So you can do that. And then we talked about earlier, if you want to get in touch with this guy, John, what do they need to do?
Just drop us an email. You can. You don't even have to leave your real name. You can leave a fake name if you want. You can send a voicemail, and if you want, we'll even play it on the show.
We will, just like we did last week. We got tons of them. And I do want, God, I felt like I had something I was going to push. I really do. I think I got something in the mail or something I was supposed to push this week. But
well, for those of you who are getting ready for the Christmas season, and you got to buy some Amazon stuff, go to our page and use our link, and that will greatly help the show.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If we get enough of those, maybe we'll read a few of the funny ones on the show or some funny gifts.
Welcome
or something.
to
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Hacker.
What a hacker.
There's a hacker going
Man,
on
YouTube's after us. They're following us.
They're doing that. And make sure.
Was it the people going down the river?
I don't like it.
The river.
The Oregon Trail.
No, the Mississippi River.
And make sure. Huh?
You said you wanted to promote the people going down the river?
Oh, yeah. No, I did that last week.
Okay.
Chasing Twain. Yeah, that's good stuff. No, but I do want people to come hang out with us Thursday nights. BlameYourBrother.tv. That's it. I guess that's everything we got out. So I guess with that being said, Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Movie. Today is Thursday, November 15th, the 319th day of 2018. There are 46 days left in the year. On November 15th, 1864, during the Civil War, Union forces led by Major General William T. Sherman began their march to the sea from Atlanta, Georgia. The campaign ended with the capture of Savannah, Georgia on December 21st,
This must never be seen
1864.
by anyone.
That is today's movie.
Has anybody seen
David,
it?
John Lee, back to you.
They have to be found and talked to.
Oh, Doc, this is heavy.
I'm sorry.
Keep going.
I know.
The burning of Atlanta, that's what's
I know
gonna
we
go there.
danced around the wildfires of California, but my God, we nailed it at the end with Georgia getting burnt to the ground. John, do another wacky say where we get out of here.
Wow, Doc, this is heavy.
God damn it.